So why the total product was not correct was basically because we didn't use what is called a distinct count. There's a difference between count and a distinct count. So what the distinct count, it gives you only the distinct values. I mean, distinct values, not repeated. Remember that this is a general customer product sales, and there were lots of products. I mean, there are obviously, I think there should be about 5,000, if I'm not mistaken, about 5,000 items that were generated. I mean, in terms of sales, the count of all the sales that was generated on the store, about 5,000 of them, and each of the, and we had about 1,000 customers. So, cost 1,000 customers generating about 5,000 sales in count. That means one or two customers purchased more than one product. And remember that each of these products have their unique ID. So it therefore means that a customer can generate up to 3 to 4 product IDs. So we only need one of it. We don't need all the other product IDs generated. So the distinct count gives us only the distinct values for the product ID in the customer product sales table. And that's basically what we did here. And then we have here about 501 products for all the categories. Now we filter by categories. For book categories, the total products in book categories were about 98. And then for the clothing, we have about 125. Yeah. So having seen that, um, let's say we would want to see the number of items returned. Let's say they want to cross check to see if the store is really doing well, if their product quality check team are performing as well. Because if they are really checking this product before sending it out, they could really tell why people should be having, let's say, damaged products or sending wrong items, or whichever case, maybe as not as described. So let's quickly do that. And that means we would also want to build another visualization here. In this case, we want to create something similar to this. And using this customer product sales, we'll be looking at returns, let's say reasons for return. So reasons for return, but we have many reasons. So it's going to categorize this for us. And then let's just check refund amount. Okay, so I think this is another thing we can use to filter our charts. So let's move this a little. And this really suits there. I think we can put that here. So from this chart, what can we really gain from the insight here? Now, this is wrong items, and this is the summation of all the amount. I mean, the summation of every item that was returned, because this is the first one. So because wrong items had the highest refund amount, followed by damaged product, followed by maybe other reasons, and then we have this not as described. And now this is a total sales that was generated, and then this is the summation of the amount that was refunded. All right, so looking at this chart, we have but before we format this chart, now let's look at this. So let's first click on the clothing category. So for the clothing category, you could see the change in the length of this bar chart. Now, if you take your mouse closer to here, we would really want to see what happens to the refunds table. That's, I mean, for the clothing category. Now, in the clothing category, we had a total of $1.94 million in sales. I mean, total sales. And then we can really see For the wrong items, how much wrong items was refunded? And here we can see we have the highlighted region, which is about 174. But at the sum of the refund amount for a wrong item total is about 669. And when we talk about the sum of the refund amount, it means in all the categories. But now we select only the clothing categories, and that is why we have these two different sections of the colors, where the blue one is telling us that this is the highlighted regions. So out of $1.94 million total sales, about 100, okay, let's actually change the currency to dollar, because actually what I'm seeing here is in naira. So we can go back to I think we'll adjust that later. We will actually change that later, but for now we have about 174,807 dollars that was refunded, I mean, because of wrong item. Then for those that were damaged, I mean in clothing category, about $147,000. All right. And then for other reasons, 112 thousand. And then for some other reasons not as described, we have about 105. So wrong items carries the vote in the product category called the clothing. So, but for books, wrong items is still the highest. For furnitures, I think we have damaged and the wrong items, they are the same. And then for electronics can, and now you can really see what's happening. Electronic devices are fragile, so we can see that damaged product is really the highest, about $123,000 out of 1.4 million in sales. So this was damaged, and we have other reasons here. Then for toys, wrong item was sent. Now those are the insights we are getting from that data set. So let's quickly format this. I really don't want to make these videos long, so I would go to format visuals. Then for the y-axis, I really want to turn off the title here. Then I would also want to turn off for the x-axis. Turn off for x-axis, and I would like to increase this as well. Okay, let's leave this here. Then we'll include a data label. So the data label, we would work on the values, and then we change the color to possibly white. I think white would make sense, and then we place it at inside the end. No, let's just keep it auto. Right, this will make more sense. Overflow text. All right, so we've turned on the value. Let's make it a little bit bold. Please, these are in dollars. We'll actually change this. This is in dollars. Then we go to the general, and then we give it a title, a name. Total refunds amount by reason. Total refunds amount by reason. So what do we do here? We have this formatting, so we copy Penta and we place it here, right? And we can go back and change this color to white for the values. For data labels, I think that should be data labels. We really want to change this color to white, so we prefer white color here. I think our dashboard is really taking shape. So what next do we really think we can put here? So the next thing we can add is another measure. So let's create another measure by going to our measures table. We create it, new measure. And in this case, we want to see the total refunds amount. I mean, by all reasons. So we should have it as a card, just as we have these total quantities, total customers. So we should see the total refund amount. And that's going to be the summation, actually the summation of, take note, we will use the refund amount here. So refunds amount. All right. So let's hit enter. And now once we hit enter, let's highlight again, just in case we may have something like, okay, this is a comma, it's already included, and this is going to be in dollars. Let's include English here as dollar. All right. Let's click outside, and we want to bring that in totals refund amount. Then this is going to be in card, total refund amount, about 2.9 million. Wow, this is really much. So let's click here, copy Penta and place it here. All right. Now go to here, go to general for the title, total refund amount. So this is total refund amount. Let's increase this a bit. Let's total refund. We can leave it as total refund actually. Total refunds. Total refunds. Okay. We can also copy this. Get the icon as well here and place it. It's not bad. So total refunds. So this is for all categories. So in all the categories, this is the total amount that was refunded. So if we now select this category, so for books category, this is total amount of sales, and this, wow, this is really, so my question is, how much did this person really like, how much did the company actually make from the e-commerce business? Is e-commerce, is it really profitable to go into? Now this is the data analytics part of the stuff. So from here you can really tell what is going on. So looking as a data analyst, your job role is to get insight from data. Actually, cleaning of data, data extraction, all those processes are what results to what we can see. Now, if we didn't really clean our data, mesh our data properly, you'll be having wrong values here. I mean, you can try it out to see. If you merge using a wrong ID, I mean, the whole loading, extraction of data, those are the processes that you come up to get to something like this. Now, this is so beautiful. I really love what I'm seeing.